Okay, welcome back. In these next 10 or so lectures, I'm going to be giving you some specific sample answers to part one questions. In this first one, we're going to take a look at the where are you from question. So typically in part number one, they're going to ask you maybe one or two questions about where you're from. I'm going to give you some examples of maybe about 5 different questions and answers. As I've said, you want to really speak in 2 sentences, general, and then or give 2 general statements, or go general to specific. So in the first question we have here, it says, where are you from? I was born and raised in Accra, Ghana, which is a city located on the coast of Ghana. Ghana is a country situated within West Africa and formerly known as the Gold Coast during the colonial period. That's a typical answer to that kind of question. Next question. Would you prefer to live somewhere else? To be honest, I can't imagine another nation I'd rather have as a permanent home than Ghana, as it's more business and culturally oriented than most countries I've come to know. However, if we're speaking on a temporary basis, then yes, I'd feel privileged to reside in another city that has snow and ice, since that's so different from my weather. Finally, is your city a good place for young people? Over the past 2 years, Ghana has doubled its tourism due to the incredible nightlife, beaches, unique adventures, and cultural excursions. So I'd absolutely recommend any young adult to visit Accra. And we could actually finish that off if we wanted to add one more sentence by saying, most of us in our 20s and 30s aren't particularly rich, so Accra would be an attractive option since it's so budget friendly to go along with a warm sense of hospitality. Moving on with a couple of more where are you from responses. Here we're going to look at what are some places of interest in your town, and do you like your hometown? First, to tell you the truth, Marrakesh has too many exciting features to name just a few. However, the primary reason visitors choose Marrakesh is for the Medina. In addition, tourists are drawn to the city because of the ancient palaces and outstanding gardens. Do you like your hometown? Certainly. I love Marrakesh. I say this because I have the best of both worlds, in that I can experience the old Amazigh way of life in the nearby villages and take part in the modernization that has occurred in Marrakesh. Thank you very much for joining us in this first video that covers basically where you're from. Some of the language that you saw in that video, the language that was highlighted in red, is particular vocabulary that is useful when you're speaking. And the language that you saw in green is just really related to grammar, in terms of advanced level grammar. And then in purple, that language is language that is specifically for fluency purposes, language that you can use to extend your answers and sound more fluent. And in the next videos, I'll get more into that in terms of kind of, really getting more specific in terms of what's in red, green, and purple. Okay, so I'll talk to you soon, and thanks a lot.